Let's go. So another welcome officially to a Pinnacle Q&A. Today, as always, is going to be lots of fun. If you're watching on record, you didn't hear what we were just talking about. That was funny, but today's going to be funny and fun as always. Because I crop those parts out, right? That's just for your eyes and your ears only, people. All right, with that being said, guys, if you're watching this on recording, like, subscribe. Again, don't be afraid to comment questions. They will all individually be answered. And I'll personally be the one getting back to you. We're not going to do any welcomes this week because we have a lot of moving parts at the moment in the groups. New announcements. Content is live now for some people. I think there's a few people getting access to new content. All signs are good, which is great to hear. We've been putting a lot of effort into that. But basically, guys, new announcements. There's going to be quite a lot of announcements probably next week, but we're going to go over some changes today. Some really exciting changes. But there's going to be about 45 new training videos uploaded and probably ready to go by next week, if not the week after. So that's that. But we'll talk about that through the Q&A today. Today is a Q&A topic, and it is that simple. I'll kick it off myself before I let people warm up and wake up with their questions. Yeah, so about 45 brand new training videos, guys, coming on board. And these are detailed. They basically answer every single question that I've been asked over multiple years of consulting personal trainers in your positions. So they will be uploaded to our new application. Everyone will be transitioned to that from the portal. We'll probably keep the portal open, though, for you guys as well. Because the next thing we're going to be doing is just playing catch up. I'm not going to be creating 400 videos like there are plus in the Pinnacle portal. I will be condensing everything so it's nice and easy for you guys. It will all be done in this brand new, shiny way of life. We've actually had some good feedback saying that it's the best looking content people have ever seen from a coaching program. So I'm happy with that. It's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to you guys having a look at it, and we've been putting a lot of time into this sort of stuff, which is awesome. So you guys as well will then be transitioned to a new delivery method of way of doing things. It's going to be probably from not next week, the week after. That's when we'll go live, all right, in our school. And you'll have access to me 7 hours a week from that. So reminder as well, if anyone watching this, Voxer will be transitioned out and phased out. You will have more access to me on the webinars. And it's not because I don't love you guys. It's because I like to have joints left by the time I'm 40 and not erode my knees by walking 25,000 steps by 9 o'clock every day. Look, basically, guys, we're growing, and it's systematical changes that have to be put into place to give you guys more value and to do things on an even bigger scale, which is where we're trying to go to impact the fitness industry in a good way. If you are a trainer that has trainers, if you have leverage, you can use Voxer. Just hit me up and ask me if you need it. However, nobody needs Voxer. What I'm giving you access to, guys, is like this group scenario, and a good group as well, I must always say, but up to 6 to 7 hours a week. We've got a weekly schedule where there are 9 events in a 5-day work week, so nearly 2 events per day. It's pretty damn good. And what it enables people to do is budget the time to be able to attend. Tentatively, we have got a timetable, so a new announcement with that one. Everything is going to be between the hours of 8 and 4 p.m. All right, for you guys that attend regularly because you're in Melbourne or you're in SA or you're in Queensland, you're in Australia, basically. For you guys, you'll be able to attend all of them. All right, pending on rescheduling clients. If you have clients, that is on you to do. I can't please 100 plus people. Unfortunately, I can't. I wish I could. Otherwise, I'd just continue to do Voxer, but I can't. So yeah, just attend. We've got lots of good seminar topics. We've got some on systems and forecasting business. We've got leverage trainers. So for people that have got leverage and they're managing other staff, we've got social media and online tasks, marketing. We've got sales. We've got motivation, mindset, and mental fitness. So like mental health for Mondays to kickstart the week. It's going to be dope. I can't wait for it. You'll all be reminded via automated email as well. So you guys, does anyone here ever you shouldn't anyway, if you do, it'd be pretty weird, get any emails from me? No, it's all automated through school. Like, it's going to be dope. So you'll have every day, you'll be prompted with what you can attend when the times are. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Any questions about anything, guys, just reach out to me. Yeah, and a lot of people are looking for reassurance at this time. We're doing things to make everything better. It is not taking away value, even though I know that a lot of you guys love to speak to me all the time, like I do too. Basically, everything that I answer 90% of the time is what is answered on webinars, and I need to save my knees. So with that being said, guys, just any questions about anything, let me know. What else is there? Check-ins and stuff. So a lot of people got questions about like weekly check-ins and things like this. And can I still message you directly? Everything through school, you can still have access to me on there. Of course you can. I'm not going anywhere, and you'll see more of me if you attend more webinars. So that's that. Check-ins are going to be done group forum wise, because a lot of people like to check in, obviously, for the week. And those of you, and we do have a good amount of people now, that I'd say about 70% of people are checking in. So we're going to do this as a group, so that obviously, you know, community wise as a whole, we can check in, set goals. You can see what other people are kind of doing, and it just creates that sort of team environment, which will go hand in hand with the leaderboards in there. So there's some leaderboard, or there's a leaderboard in there which shows you like course completion rates of all the content that we're going to be continuously adding. Some people have asked what's the difference between Stripe and Pinnacle. You guys are going to have probably double the content that Stripe will have. You're also going to have access to me 6-7 hours a week. No one at Stripe will have that. Stripe is a self-paced automated course that people can access after doing their Cert 3 and Cert 4. So just for the record of that stuff, you're going to have a lot more, and there'll be continuously added content through school. That is all currently on ClickFunnels, but we're going to integrate across. I think I did a good job of that. I think that's pretty much everything. Is there any questions now about anything there with moving parts? I'm really excited to get stuck into it with you guys, though, and to do all these mass amounts of webinars. But is there any questions that anyone has?
I do.
Yes.
It's about onboarding. What I'm finding is people are coming on board really well.
Is your client onboarding?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Any questions about structural stuff with Pinnacle stuff while we're on that note? Everyone good? I don't think there's not been any questions with anyone. And again, if you need and you really want Voxer with me, speak to me, because we're keeping it, but it will be for people that need it, and it will not be free, guys. It'll be paid for.
I got one.
Service. Yes, Nate.
You said something about Voxer with trainers. Will you still be saying, if you got, will you still be employing use Voxer with your clients and with your trainers, or are you going to be phasing that out as well?
No. 100% keep Voxer. Like, here's the thing. We don't have many clients that have the volume of Voxer load that we do, right? So look, it's one of these things. For you guys, if you want to get to 500,000, anyone here making 500,000 a year? Not quite. If you want to get to 500,000, you can use Voxer. Does that help, Nate?
Yeah, cool.
Just with bigger scale, like you just need like bigger delivery. But yeah, that's a very, very good question. We will be keeping Voxer. Again, for us and for the record, anyone watching, you can keep Voxer with myself, but it will be only for leverage trainers and for people that need to discuss management and that is individualized for your business. But also, if you're using Voxer, highly recommend you keep it in your business. Don't take Voxer away. It's the best tool that you can use to communicate with people at scale quickly and easily. So good question, Ray. All right, cool. Let's continue. Ray, onboarding. I gave people time to warm up, so straight in with a question today. I'm looking forward to seeing you as well next week.
Yeah, be good. Yeah.
Yes. Anyone in the Gold Coast watching this, if you're in the Gold Coast, I'm in the Gold Coast and Brisbane next week, just message me if you're there, and I'll see if I can come see you. Okay, what have we got? Onboarding.
Yeah, so onboarding is going well, but what I'm finding is people getting stuck with the eating. So I've done a video around the eating, how to fill out, work out what your protein that is, but it's sort of taken like a longer to actually sink in and then for them to start implementing it. I'm just wondering if there's anything else that I can do. I've started building the members area, and I thought I can do more videos in that area. Yep. That's what I'm thinking of doing, just to help them start and get on board with that a lot quicker than what they are.
Do you are you doing members area with ClickFunnels? The way
Yeah.
that, yeah. And did you, if you need any help, just let me know of that, because I've got a mass amount of tutorials of showing you how to edit and stuff like that. So that's that.
You did that. I started that when I did my online. So
Oh,
I
of
started,
course.
yeah.
You've got access to it. Yeah.
And it's really, yeah. So I've been putting videos in there, but I'm just wondering if there's anything else I can do to start them, get what it's all about sooner, so they can start really.
Yeah. Look,
having issues there.
You're gonna have issues there, I think, because when you realize that you want to start creating content for scale purposes and to help more people and to save you time, you're still going to have the questions come to you all the time, right? And you haven't created the content yet, so they're kind of up here and your content levels is here, right? It kind of will hold you accountable to just get the content done, and that's again what I spend so much time doing, guys. I mean, anyone like knows that creates content, it's a full-time job. It literally is. Like Sham, if you look at Bry's team, like that they have 2 full-time people following him everywhere every day. Yeah,
Bry's team.
Brian's.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's an online coach that Sham works with, guys, here, called Brian Mark. He's a really replicable online coach, and if any of you guys want to do online, I recommend going with Brian Mark. I know him personally. I've known him for a long time. He has 2 full-time videographers following him everywhere every day, and that's all he does. So content takes a long time. So I can vouch for you there, saying, like, obviously, what do you do in the meantime? Short answer is get the content done quicker. Otherwise, personal training session.
Yeah. All right. No, that's okay.
Answer questions. Yeah, that's it.
Is it just around food, Ray? Like that you're trying to get on board with their food? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. So what I've found is I've actually started implementing this just to see what they're eating. So I make them do a bit of a diary, a photo diary of the food that they're eating. So every breakfast, every lunch, every snack, every dinner, take a photo, send it to you for at least maybe like a week or 2. That allows them to start being more mindful of their food choices, because they know they're sending it to you.
Yeah.
And then you can provide direct feedback to them and go, okay, we can see where they're going wrong here, or how they could do better in regards to like their protein sources each meal. And then you can start providing feedback as that goes, just to get them like in doing that first before starting the tracking, if it's completely new to them, because it can be so overwhelming, and then they can throw in the towel really quickly, I think. So maybe start with that, see how that goes for like a couple of weeks, and then slowly start to introduce them into the tracking phase.
All right. Yeah,
that's
yeah, I'm not doing that, so that will be a good option to add in. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Good. Like, it kind of like exactly what Sham says. It kind of builds them up to like getting ready to be able to do the tracking themselves. You know what I mean? Like, so if you have anything, it's like, use the PT session log, set a goal. I want you to take photos of 5 meals for the week and try and attempt to log your food for 1 day, right? And then that will give you a week, right? If you've got a week, sub note here. Had a client recently tell me, basically, Simon, I just want to say thank you for being the motivating kick in the ass that I needed. He didn't need anything other than that. If you've got a week, you have enough fucking time. If I can record, no shit, in the last week, probably 30 videos, you can do 1. You can do 1. And it just gives you that window to just get it done. So you're buying yourself a window and then go, right, I actually now need to get this done. I'm holding myself accountable to create this content, get it done. So that, yeah, your hybrid business, because that's pretty much what we are building here at Pinnacle. It's a hybrid product with online accountability, delivery, motivation, education, but also with a face-to-face delivery.
And I just want to say I'm really loving what I'm doing now. Like doing all this way and being able to help people this way is just made it so much enjoyable to go to work.
I love it. That's really, really nice to hear, honestly, and it warms me to hear that. Does everyone else love what they're doing here? I do. I like it. We have a good life, guys, right? You should, and like I say as well, like I mean it as well, guys. Like, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be here. being an entrepreneur, not to get too deep though, it's not actually very fun a lot of the time. It's quite stressful, but at the same time, you should be having fun. You've got to be having fun here, guys. And if you are, then chances are you're winning because you're having fun doing it, which means that it's enjoyable. So well done. Good question. Anything else from anyone else? Obviously, we've got time, plenty. I do like it though. There's no questions. It means everyone's happy.
Simon, sorry, just quickly.
Yes, Jade. Yeah.
Can I just confirm, earlier you said you're not getting rid of the portal completely? Is that right? The Pinnacle portal?
Yeah, we're not going to be getting rid of it. So it's a good question. It will be phased out. Like there is on there 7 years worth of content and hundreds of videos. But what I'm not doing is taking Pinnacle videos. I'm just too OCD. It needs to be the same quality as the new shit. So I'm gonna have to re-record the whole lot. But I'm just gonna take the fluff, delete it, but then I'm going to re-record and repackage. Next on my list is leverage stuff for people with trainers, because there's a lot of people with trainers that we need to look after. Yeah, I want to do that first. But the Pinnacle portal will be there indefinitely, but yeah.
Cool.
Well, indefinitely until we don't need it, until everything.
I was just checking because I think I remember you mentioning it was like only up for another 3 weeks or something last week. So I was trying to save the videos that I wanted to watch that I haven't actually watched yet.
Yeah, no, we'll keep it open, but the idea is I don't want to have 2 platforms. Do you know what I mean? Like when we transition into the new platform, that's where all the community will be, all of the posting, all of the like your check-ins, your access to the calendars. You'll then be emailed stuff with that. Like it's honestly one of the best applications. I'm not just saying this being biased. It is. I've used a lot over the years, but the person who built this box built school, and it is so quick and easy and user friendly. Like I'm not joking. That's where we want everything. So yeah, but the portal's still going to be there with ClickFunnels for sure. And everything, heads up as well, guys. Everything on the new on the school platform, no YouTube anymore. I'm not using YouTube anymore, so you won't be able to you won't be able to save the videos. So yeah, it'll all be accessible. We're using a different hosting platform for videos. So yeah, welcome Dover. Hopefully you're well, man. Hopefully you got that video done. Yeah, wink, 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 wink. Yeah, it's all right, bro. It's Monday morning still, right? It's okay. Where are we up to with everyone else's questions? Well, yeah, questions. Anyone else? This is good. All right, so here's another update. We are going to be doing a monthly masterclass. So all the Q&A slots, guys, will always be Q&As. The reason why is because it enables people to come here right now, just like this, and ask anything about anything, right? But once a month, we will do a masterclass rather than us trying to figure out what to do in terms of subjects each week. It's all Q&A. So just bring your questions, bring everything and ask. And then we will do a masterclass once a month. Damo, hand.
All right, Simon, question for you.
Yes, brother.
Because we got so what would be like for trainers, so good trainers, right? I think everyone on this call is a good trainer, right?
Yeah.
We've all got obstacles to get through, right? So out of all your experience working with hundreds of people, right, if there was like one major thing that trainers need to master,
yeah,
right, whether it's like mindset, attitude, focus, whatever it is, what's the one thing that you would say, if you guys got this, like everything else would have a positive effect?
That's a very good question. It's called take action. That's it. Nothing else. I mean, it's quite a boring answer, but it's not. It's actually fucking very, very, very important. People don't move quick enough.
Yeah. So I guess like, because I agree, action is king, right?
Yep.
But like, what then do you find? Because I've been in this, still now in areas and all my career. Like, obviously, you get better at taking action, right? Obviously, by taking more action.
Yeah.
But like, what do you think stops people from taking that action? Because sometimes when you've done it, you can see the answer so clearly. But we're caught up, right? Whether it's like just traumas or beliefs, or we're scared or doubt. Like, what is the thing that you feel like holds people back from taking that action?
That's a good question. I think there's two things. Number one is education. So people not knowing what to do to break mold, right? But the second is it's insecurity, doubt, fear, resistance, like things that we talk about. There's a detailed strike training on this sort of shit. It's like, it's very, very powerful. Everything that you have been doing, right? Like time on the treadmill, right? So to get that shit done monotonously, right? So anything that you've done before, you can do very easily, right? Like you're just walking. We all walk many steps a day, right? And it's that simple. We've mastered walking since we were a kid. It's very easy to execute. With life though, and with business, with personal life, with anything, whether it's socially or professionally, there's going to be continuous mountains to climb and overcome. When you're faced with one, it's fucking hard to go up, because we're only meant to walk flat. You don't walk upwards, right? So it's fucking hard. You gotta climb, you gotta overcome stuff. So when there's barriers that go up, it's hard because you need to freaking do pull-ups and shit to climb them, right? And you got to break mold. So like it's naturally hard. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people are just kept there because they recognize fear and insecurity and a lack of belief as I shouldn't move. Right? You've got to remember that the human brain is programmed to not want to lift heavy things, to not want to run fast. It's designed to walk, right? And it's designed to protect you. You don't want to naturally do things that until you do and you realize don't kill you, right? Do you know what I mean? That's why bungee jumping, right, is not natural, because your body is like, what are you about to do? But you know, right, that you've got a bungee cord around your legs, which does its job most of the time. So, you know what I mean? It's fear, and you've got to program yourself to it does it all of the time. Let's be honest, not many people. I don't know why I think negatively like that. But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You have to throw yourself at stuff, honestly. And this is where, and it's a great conversation to have. For me, I haven't thrown myself at stuff recently. The last 2 years, I've been moving forward with what I'm doing, both socially and professionally, but I haven't been throwing myself, and I haven't been tested, right? That's where obviously you have people to test you. And that's what obviously I do with you guys. I hold you accountable to move you forward. But at the end of the day, whether you choose to take action, so going back to that first thing, it's completely on you. You know, and that's kind of it, realistically, in a nutshell. People don't take action enough, and it's because of the beliefs and the setbacks, which we're here to discuss. Do you know what I mean? And look, again, a lot of people don't have the opportunity to discuss it with anyone. You guys do. So discuss it and move through. A lot of you, I just look at this like, oh, look, 20 people here, right? Again, it should always be tons more, but I look at people here, and I look at each of you individually, and there's some people that haven't had to go through a lot because they just take action, and they're like, they might be, you know, at the start of a journey, or they haven't come through big hurdles yet. But I look at people here, not to name names, and go, man, if everyone knew what I had to go through with you guys to coach you to jump and to take the action, you're all this, everyone's the same. Everyone's the same. So you have questions, resistance, you need it answered so you can move forward. Hopefully does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. And so another question.
Yeah.
Because like when it comes to action, because I believe I fall into this bracket big time. And I think potentially some of that fear and doubt even comes from, well, there's even some self-sabotage that can come in there sometimes. Because I feel like even when I do take action, and sometimes I start to get the result, if I don't change my belief of who I am as well along the way, I will sort of resort back to
where it's comfortable.
Like, so I guess like that self-imagery, how important do you think that is? Because I know we're all trying to level up to someone new, but yeah, what are your like, how do you feel about like if we need to change the way we view ourselves along the way, and if we don't, that can hinder action as well? Because like if you only see yourself as, oh, I'm a struggling trainer, and then you start to not struggle, you know, if you don't change that mindset to, no, I'm actually now successful or succeeding, like, do you find people then will sort of like self-sabotage, take less action? And because, like, yeah, that's one thing I think, even working with you, is I've failed enough times now to know just keep pushing through, just keep pushing through. But I'm sure a lot of people fall in that bracket. And because I'm doing, like, I spend a lot of time with like self-imagery stuff, and you know, that's why I listen to you, Simon. I listen to certain people on YouTube, and I call them, you know, my top 5 friends. You know, they say you're the average of top 5.
That shit is very fucking true as well. By the way, people never underestimate that. Look at who you hang around with, and you will be the average of that, if not better. And then you've got to find another circle.
Yeah, because I think as well, like, to add on to this with the self-imagery, I guess, topic and your advice here, because like a lot of trainers, we are in Good Lives and we are in commercial gyms and we're in Derrimits and these places where, you know, if I was to take 20 trainers from here, you know, not everyone's on the same page length as we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so the environment can also be holding you back. I think they call it like the mammalian effect, where it's like the herd effect, right? So how do we stay focused, you know, keep taking this action? Because the herd, the other trainers will just start going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't succeed, don't make us look bad. And, you know, I think a lot of trainers fall into that bracket too, where we feel like it's abnormal. Like, to go run 250, 500K business a year in a commercial gym feels like weird, but it's not. But it's like, to the group it is. So yeah, do you feel like this has an effect on people's action and belief as well?
100%. Like, so it, like, you there's a few things in there. Is it common? Bro, more than you fucking believe. I'm not joking. I'll be vulnerable here. The amount of people that I've coached, and right, and when I say that as well, and I don't even need to fucking give myself this like backup, I'm not saying it egotistically. I've worked with a lot of people, right? When I've coached people, the amount of people that get to a comfortable position and then go backwards is probably more so than not, right? The amount of people that I've coached, some of you guys have worked with me for years, right? And I know Michael and Nath, right, either side of me on my screen here. These guys will have seen a lot of people come through Pinnacle. They would have seen a lot of people, a lot of which aren't here now, right? I'm very, very proud to say we retain people, but guys, there's so many people that get comfortable and think that it lasts forever. I mean, we spoke there at the start about Claire, right? So Claire's fully booked, right? But then a few things happen, and then all of a sudden you're chasing clients again, right? Who can relate to that? Where you've been super happy, but then you're like, shit. And that's what happens, right?
How many times, Simon, did you get to kick my ass because I would get comfortable and then go backwards?
Look, and that's it. This is what I'm saying. Michael's the same. Michael and Nath, right? They've worked with me combined together probably 7 years, right? Like 3 years each, 3.5 each, whatever. Like, these guys have so much knowledge around being persistent and consistent, but they're still human, just like me. How to separate yourself? So the question, Damo, here's the answer. There's one thing that I do. I'm writing here, taking notes as I do this, right? Subconsciously every day. This is what I personally do here, right? When you go through anything, so you see there, like Dan with Dober there with the gym trainer in the background, right? And these are these other trainers that are around you. Like, that is part of your circle. Bear in mind, first and foremost, that is part of your circle, but not individual entities. They are one entity. That right there, that's work colleagues. So that's part of your circle. They are going to be negative most of the time because they're not educated on what they're doing. So they're going to begrudge what you guys are doing, right? But anyway, take that off the table. What I do subconsciously every single day is I ask myself, is it negative or positive? Now, this can be down to any single thing. I speak to my missus about this half the time. Morning, babe. Oh, yeah. I'm like, why are you starting the day like that? Like, I don't do that shit. I can't do it. It's not in my language to do it. I am an abundantly positive thinker, an abundantly positive person. If people don't like that, that's fine. But I'm driven by the right things. I'm not here like, just like, yay, look, I'm super happy. I also go through a lot of shit. But I ask myself, is it positive or negative in relation to everything? Misses, business, clients coming, clients going, which happens to everybody. Like, I just slow myself down and ask myself, is it positive or negative? If it's positive, focus on it. If it's not, leave it and move forward. That's it. So the amount of people, and again, this volume of people, Simon, I've got these guys in the gym, they're taking away this, they're doing that, they're doing, you can't control that. So leave it. It's negative. Fuck it off. Move forward. Put your energy into something where you can actually control it and do something different. Like, guys, this stuff as well, all of the time, the universe is and it will try. It has many fucking ways of doing it to try and pull you down. And whether you allow it to is up to you or not. No one will ever pull me down. Ever. Like, ever. I can't lose because I can't quit. It's not in my nature to do that. We go from like a strength to a strength to a strength, and sometimes I might cruise for a bit, like I'd said openly the last couple of years, cruise mode. But it's because I focus on positive shit, and with positive shit comes more positive shit. So don't focus on negative shit. If there's clients that are leaving you, guys, well done. They leave everyone. It's fine. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I say this in the portal stuff at the start. Like, I can assure you that you're going to lose clients working with me, but I can guarantee you're going to gain more than you lose. That's basically, in a nutshell, like the way that I think and how I approach it. And that's the way that you should. You're going to have negative shit happen, but holy crap, if you focus on what can go right, opposed to dwell on what can go wrong, because they're both possible and they probably will both happen, then you'll find that you'll get a lot more positive stuff happen. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Long-winded answer. Morgan, yeah.
Can I just add something? Because I think I was actually reflecting on like exactly what you were talking about, Damo, about like self-belief and how we sometimes have these like default habits. And this is like, I'm sure everyone has the same experience of like clients, like they're doing well and then like something happens and then they just like default to their old coping mechanisms. And I think that it's like a process of like self-awareness and understanding like what your prior patterns have been and like how you've responded in the past when things have gone wrong, so that you're really aware the next time that it happens and you can like catch it. And then also to really decide like, next time I start going down this path, this is what I'm going to do instead. Like, you can't wait until the moment. Like, when the moment comes, it's like too late. You need to build what I call like a toolbox that then you can like draw on in the moment when things get hard, or when you do start to like question yourself, whether that's like affirmations, meditations, like exercise, whatever. So yeah, I think that it's like kind of like what Simon was saying, like accepting that, questioning yourself and your ability, like we're all going to do it at some point in our life, and not beating ourselves up for that as well, but just like taking ownership of the story and the situation and deciding that, no, I'm not going to keep thinking like this and I'm going to do it differently next time.
Amen. Recognize it's a journey as well, right? I mentally go through troughs. I'm not joking, guys. I could tell you shit about what I had to fucking deal with in the last 7 days. You don't even want to know about it. The difference is, though, I don't talk about it. I let myself process it. I deal with it. I'll be honest. Should I say this? Yeah, I'll say it. Fuck it. I have been fucked over by so many people in my life. I could pour my eyes out crying right now. I have been fucked so hard by not hundreds, a lot of people in my life. Thank you, because it makes me a beast. It makes me realize what not to focus energy into. People that you know very well have fucked me royally. And I'm telling you, like, literally, but it's fine. I don't focus on it. I learn. So learn, like, there's gonna be levels, right? Just notice that when you go through stuff, you know, you learn, and then you learn obviously how to handle things. And just keep going, because it is a journey. Yeah? You're not just gonna go from 0 to 1 million figures. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit to get there. But again, if you don't quit and you just keep showing up, before you know it, you'll be there, and then you'll go, shit. Well, that was actually pretty quick. It only took 2 years. But for some people, a day seems like a year. Oh, I want it now. I want it right now. I'm sorry, man. Like, I can't give that to you. Or like, do you know what I mean? Tell yourself, like, you want to get in shape. I hate it. I like right now I've got a new coach again, my old coach, and I've been doing it for 3 weeks, and I'm like, I feel amazing. But I look at myself going, fucking hell, like, when am I going to be in the best shape? Shut up and put the work in. What are you talking about, Simon? You know what I mean? Shut up and put the work in. And it's that simple. It is, and it's the same with everything, right? But the good thing about getting your business to grow rather than getting in shape is you can actually explode it very fast, where there is a process to dropping weight, and it does take some time, right? Whereas even though you feel better, it's like, fuck, I'm not there. Do you know what I mean? You can do like there. That's where business is a lot better, because you can actually change very quick. So yeah. Anyone else got anything to weigh in on that? Like any experience where you've been dragged down? Thank you, Damo, as always, for bringing up a solid topic, bro. I really appreciate it. Because Michael, what have you got?
I just think of like, you know, the shit that I've gone through in the last few years, and you talk about me and Nathan been around for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just that kind of person that refuses to quit. And I'm pretty sure most of us here are the same, because like as Les Brown says, it ain't over until I win.
Yeah.
And I just refuse to quit because I'm going to win. But with what Damien was saying before about the other trainers getting negative, you just got to stay away from the crabs.
That's it.
Have you ever heard the crab in a bucket?
Yeah.
Right? Chuck them all in, one's going to get out, the rest are going to pull them down, because they don't want you to be where they're not. And you say, fuck them, get it done, and if they want to follow you, good. If not, catch you later. There's no reason we can't succeed where we are.
Like, you got to remember, most people, do you know what? I actually talked about a really good client in the UK. Thank you, Michael. That's amazing. Really good client in the UK. His run rate's about $250,000 at the moment, right? And he's a solid client. This guy's 22 as well, right? I'm like, man, if I was your age doing that, I'm like, shit, like he's got a good future ahead of him. He goes, Simon, can I ask you a quick question before you go? Because I was up early doing Voxes, and whenever I message the British people at that time, they jump on it because they're like, oh, he's here when I'm awake as well, right? So he goes, what was the message that he said something along the lines of like, how do you find it when you talk to, oh, that's right, he gets a lot of negative feedback around people asking him what he's doing and how he's succeeding, and he says all he gets when he talks about what his goals are is people saying, you can't do that, isn't that a bit ambitious, isn't that a little bit shit, you can't do that, right? And he said to me, he goes, fucking awesome, this shit, I love this stuff. He goes, you're the only person, Simon, that when I tell you about a goal, you go, yeah, that's okay, we can do that pretty easily. Everybody else says it is unrealistic, you can't do it, crab, like Michael's saying, right? Ignore that shit, man. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm not, like, guys, like, we're all here loving our life. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of unhappy trainers out there, and also very unhappy people in general. And ask yourself, those crabs, why do they pull? Right? They pull because they want you. They want to be where you're at. Not just like actually tangibly where you're at with your business, with your life, with your wife, with your husband. They want what you have successfully. They want to be in your position, and they are jealous of it and they envy it. And that right there is everything to do with anyone that's got negative shit to say. It is purely down to jealousy and envy. But you guys will be tested. Fuck, I've seen businesses that I've coached collapse because of jealousy, nothing other, jealousy, right? But then we just rebuild them again, and you learn, like, and some of that stuff is you know, you can't actually avoid. It has to happen because of the people around you, right? The people around you, jealousy and envious of someone running something that they wish they could do themselves, you know? So, and like Michael said, you just never quit. I know a lot of you guys here will have amazing journeys and long-term relationships. I consider Michael and Nathan friends, do you know what I mean? And it's because I've known these guys for so long. But yeah, just guys, honestly, like it is actually a cheat to life. Just don't quit. It's very simple. It is very simple, and just have fun, like play the game. Just see how far, see what level you can get to. That's what I say. People are like, oh, you want to make 600 grand or fucking whatever you want to do in 2 weeks. Why not? Just play around, see if you can get there. Do you know what I mean? What else am I going to do? Sit with some money? No, I'd be bored as shit. Anyone here could retire? Like, no, I couldn't. No way, man. I don't even be boredom. It's like pure boredom. But why not try and make 100 grand a month? Why not try and make 600 grand a month, a million a month? Do whatever you want to do. Like, why? And it doesn't have to be monetary, does it? I want to change the fitness industry. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do. 80% dropout rate. This is my #1 goal. 80% dropout rate turns to 80% success rate. That is my #1 goal. That's it. I'll make some money while I do it, 100%. No worries. I'll impact some people while I'm doing it. No worries. But I don't listen to negative shit. Don't at all. Oh, you're a sleazy business coach. Oh, you're this and that. Oh my God. Do you think that gets through a thick skin that we've developed? No. So don't let that stuff get through to you as well, guys. Do you know what I mean? When a gold leaves, like when a gold package leaves you and stuff like that, just try and keep going. So yeah, thank you, Michael. Hopefully there's some elaboration on that point there. Yeah, guys, anything else? Anyone relate to that stuff? Anyone going through any shit at the moment they want to talk about? We're kind of pretty deep in the hole at the moment right now. Is that a hand there, Rye? Was that a hand, or you all good? You're all good, guys. You've all got amazing potential here to do very, very special things. Ash, what have you got, my
man? Just probably a topic that we can all chime in a little bit. Sort of on the same sort of topic. I'm currently in the good life, which we know. When do you decide you've had enough, not of your clients, but in management and the gym not giving a fuck about a lot of things? Like we've got, you go to the toilet and people are like, it looks like a fucking crime scene.
Thanks.
Well done. Well said. This is the shit. This is what I want to talk about. I'm not joking, guys. I know in every one of your heads, there is always a million questions, right? A million of them. This is one of them. This is something that is niggling away in the back of Ashley's head. And thank you, Ash, for coming off and sharing that. Here's the thing. How do you know? Like, I mean, is that a question to anybody? Does anyone want to answer it? Otherwise, I'll give you my 2 cents. If there's something niggling away, look, is Tom Rose still here? She's still there, right? Tom Rose said to me a while ago, she was in a good life and she was in SA and she mentioned Melbourne. Fast forward less than a year, she's now in Melbourne, fucked off good life. She's now making 3 to 4 grand a week. And before, we never moved past 1,200. Moral of the story is, if there's something in the back of your head, it will materialize to reality, whether or not you like it or not, right? So the hard part, because I have another good life trainer at the moment in WA, he's not on webinars, but this guy Dust, like he's a great client, great guy. He's also thinking about relocating now, also like 6-figure level like yourself, right? So busy trainer, but sick and tired of the gym. So it's like having people that come to me basically go, can we throw away this gym and start somewhere else or do something else, right? In a different club, right? What I'm trying to say is that if you have something niggling away, it's a matter of time before it comes to reality. That's all I'm saying.
We've got, so with us, we've got, so our rent's going up as well. New gym memberships going up in price, and our gyms, like some of our gear's 15 years old.
Yeah.
We've got 2 hours of cleaning each day, and it looks like someone come up last night and said, look, man, we don't live in a third world country. What the fuck's going on with this gym?
Yeah.
And I've been here so long, it's always coming on me. So we've got a lot of members who want to re-sign, but they look around like, no, we're going somewhere else. So I was wondering if there's any other gyms the same in SA, or is it just this good life? And management already said things aren't going to change. So either deal with it or move on.
Honestly, that's a very good life. That's a very good life answer as well. Like, or good life approach from the manager. The manager's answer, it's pretty bad, in all honesty. And it's not even you. It's you and the other multitude of trainers will pay these guys. You know, they make enough money where they could do a gym fit out every fucking 2 years. Just from the trainer's rent. A lot of these places, they make $1 million every bi-yearly, right? So if you've got a trainer, you know, paying $200-300 a week, and you've got 2 or 3, oh sorry, not 2 or 300, you've got 10 or 20 of them. Times that by 2 years, it's nearly 7 figures worth of turnover, right? So they could fit out the gym. Like, they don't. Got to remember that like, just management sometimes, like where you're running your businesses, they can, again, crab, right? It's a crab pulling you down. And the thing is, you kind of depend, or you report into them, even though not for your own sake. It's tough. It's tough. Hit me up with a message, bro. We talk about it even more if you want to. Like, there's a lot of trainers right here today that have moved around multiple gyms, and that have found peace where they are at now. It's just a shit time. It's a shit time when you want to do it, though, because it's something we can't control. And I can't stand being someone who's an educator, or someone who, you know, educates and communicates with other people, which is inevitably what a manager is, right? That I can't stand bad management. I really cannot stand it, because it suffocates businesses. And eventually, if you're not that, you know, the thick skin that we talk about being resistant to bullshit, you eventually, it just makes you want to quit, right? And it's horrible. So I don't know whether you want to share anything else, or anyone else, or Damo, you got something there, but let's talk about it, bro, if you want, because you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And here's the thing as well. If someone like Ash, anyone here that's fully booked, right, and doesn't go to the next step, like, quickly, seamlessly, and I don't ever expect it to be seamless, I've got to do my job to educate you. I know for a fact there can be multiple things going on in your head, such as that, as to why the move's not happening. It's nothing down to me. I know for a fact that we've grown you to the position where you should be transitioning. And that's what we're at, Ash, pretty much, right? But there's stuff that's always there that, unless talked about in your mind, and unless you come forward and discuss it, right? Every single person on the bottom of my screen right now is relocated businesses, right? Unless we talk about it, you'll never do it. Tara, are you happy with your situation right now?
Yeah, I'm more than happy.
Right. Tom, Tom, are you better off in Melbourne than you were in SA?
Definitely.
Right. The grass is greener. Do you know what I mean? Sham in World Gym compared to where you were further south. Do you know what I mean? Ray, Jets moving to Good Life. You've transformed and grown the business, doubled in like a few weeks because of that move. Nath, Dan's to Derrimut. Like, I'm telling you, this shit's Michael. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this shit's common as fuck. You got to speak about it. That's another thing. Going back to what Damo says before you carry on, Damo. This is actually really valuable, and it is about me. But guys, I am so willing to be open and transparent about everything in my life with people I can trust, know, like, and trust, right? But I am so open. I do not ever have negativity or questions pented up inside of me. If I have something, I'm speaking with Jude. I'm speaking with my wife. I'm speaking with my team, right? That's it. Get it out there. Speak about it, right? That's why I can't stand when you go through shit and you confront it and then people just go, just fucking get it out, man. Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, get it out for sure. Damo.
So, yeah, just like what Ash was sort of saying with Good Life, I think not, like, obviously not every Good Life is the same, right? Not every gym is the same. So I was actually thinking it this morning, because here at South Melbourne, our staff room where all the trainers put their bags is like a 3 by 3 meter room, right? It's tiny. Like, I'm talking 22 trainers put their bags in a little room. And it's been what it is forever. It works well, like everyone's bag going there. We see all the trainers, but it's not ideal staff work conditions at all. Even our kitchen, so forth. So I had one of the girls, actually, she's started here maybe 6 months ago. She just vented to me about the room, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, like sort of what Simon says, like, she's putting a lot of negativity into the room, something that we can't sort of change. But then it got me thinking. It's funny, I was just thinking this earlier after that conversation. And I guess, Simon, just to reiterate how important you think this is, because when we sign up at a Good Life, right? So Ash, the one you're at, or even like me signing up here, obviously those conditions are probably there when you got there, right? But we didn't see that. We just saw the opportunity. We saw the members, we saw the gym, we saw the growth. And, you know, that's why we signed up. But the reality is, it was probably always like, there's every business, like my house rent's gone, everything goes up. So is it the $9.95 increase a week? Is it now the dirty gym? It's probably always been there. So number one, is it like, I know this is the case. Obviously, we could be focusing on the negative. That's one thing. But the second thing is like, it is obviously, and Simon, how important is it when we sign a contract with a facility like a Good Life or Snap or anything, that we don't just look at the good? You got to look at the shit as well, right?
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with it. You have to go, okay, if these are my values, like I want a clean gym and I need staff conditions and that, because sometimes we don't think of that till later. And, you know, because we're so excited, we want the gym and the opportunity, and it's close by. But I've found out over the years that a problem, no matter how small it is, will always be a problem. So when you do sign a contract, yeah, like if things aren't right, even though you're excited and the opportunity can seem great, if there's a flag, it might not be the right place. And so to even start business. So yeah, what are your thoughts there, Simon?
Bro, 100%. Like, I mean, I mentioned, I asked Cara there before. I asked Tom. I know that these guys, just to name those two, they have zero bad things to say. Well, I hope they do. Zero bad things to say about their club, right? However, I think you also made a very, very good point that could be elaborated on here, Damo, where opportunity is there. Ash, do you need to leave that club? No. However, like I said, it will always be in the back of your mind. I'm not saying it will materialize eventually to make you leave, but it's what you focus on will expand, right? So what you focus on will expand. If you're thinking constantly about, like, I mean, look, the little things about the $9.95 increase, that doesn't affect us, doesn't. But the rental increase does, so that affects us, right? And it's probably fucking 20, 30 bucks, something like that, or whatever they're doing per rent. What are they doing with their rent, Ash? Is it around 50 bucks max? It wouldn't be more than that, surely.
As a PT, it's only up $10 a week. But since I've started, we've got rid of the creche.
Yeah.
Reduced staffed hours.
Yeah.
I opened more gyms that are a lot cheaper. So a lot of our younger crowd are just leaving.
Yeah.
So many things have changed, and these guys don't, unfortunately, really give a shit. You're just a number.
They don't, because they look at dollar figures, right? But you've got to ask yourself, can I still grow the business there? At the end of the day, we have to now go selfish and go, right, well, this management, they don't give a shit about me. So what I need to do now is focus, because again, like, remember what I said? Negative, right? Shit management, that's a big negative. Don't focus. I focus on, right, what can we do, right? So I go, Simon, this is Ash speaking. What do we do here? What can we do? Where do we focus? Right. Well, let's give everything hell for leather here in this location, because it's an inconvenience, right? Which you could say negative to move the gym, right? However, if that inconvenience will then benefit you in the long run, it's something we look at doing. If it's something that's an inconvenience but can turn positive, then we go for it, right? So you've got to weigh up pros and cons. That's what you have to do. If you can weigh up pros and cons, then you'll find yourself in a position where you actually end up being insanely happy regardless. And there's probably some guys here. I know there's a lot of clients that I've worked with in the past that are not 100% happy with their situation, but they're like, I don't care, because I focus on the positive shit, which is I'm crushing my business. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, again, I say this, it's my favorite saying, like, you can please some of the people all of the time, all of the people some of the time, but you can never please everyone all the time. And until that sinks, apply that phrase to everything in your life and just see how relative it is. Jack, last one here before we go across to marketing.
Yeah, no, I've just got to agree with you on that. So in my situation, it took me a long time to get even my poster up on the wall in Good Life in Dockland. And we've been through it, right? I'm like, you want me to wear your t-shirt, but you don't want me to have a poster with your logo on it. Like, really? It doesn't make sense.
They move slow, that's why, yeah.
Very slow. So I found a way to get it up there. Again, with my Substack, I kept it there. Good Life wanted to market their stuff. They put my stuff away. 3 days later, I have 72 leads. Good Life has maybe 10 signups. I don't even know if they do. So I think we're winning here. So yeah, like you're saying, focus on the negative. I don't want to be rude and be a dick, but my manager is now leaving.
There you go.
So I'm still here. I'm still here. I still have my clients. The manager is leaving. It's a job for him. He's moving on, going to Queensland, and he's not going to any gym. So everybody can be safe and happy here. They're not coming to your gym. There you go.
That's very well said. Very, very, and yeah, at least you're not inheriting Jack's manager, Ash. So but funnily enough as well, to summarize everything here right now, right? This guy is leaving the industry by the sound of things. He's not going to be a gym manager in a gym up in Queensland. right? That's what's called tap out, right? Or deep buried insecurity with not being fulfilled as to one reason or another. We are all in positions where we can choose our destiny, and it's that simple. You choose the outlying factors of what's going to happen, and if you focus on it, then what you'll find is you'll be in a very, very, very good position. Yeah, look, hopefully that helps. And I want to keep this to time. That was good. It was belief, fear, and doubt is what I'm going to label this Q&A. With that being said, guys, we'll jump across to marketing. We'll talk marketing, and we can continue on in there. But well done. I mean, everyone here, awesome stuff. Again, thank you, Damo. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Michael, and for everyone that chipped in there. Let's jump across to marketing, and I'll see you inside there.